Hello again, my name is Heather and it is booth day again. I missed going to the booth last week because one of my kids was sick, so we had to skip a week, but I did find some good things at the Teen Challenge thrift store the other day when I went. So I have cleaned all of that up, submitted my tickets for that, and I'm going to be putting that stuff in today. So I'm going to show you a few of the things that I'm going to be taking in. So we have a Bohemian gold-plated decanter. It doesn't have a top. I don't know if it's supposed to. I'm sure it's supposed to, but I don't have a top for it. So we have that. These sell really well in my booth. This is the Tupperware steamer with the little thing inside. I have a vase in there so that it doesn't break. I usually sell these for about $12 to $14. This one I put at, I think at 10 because someone has put this on their stove and it has a burn mark on the bottom. So I did only put this one for 10 because it's a little beat up. But these things are fantastic. If you don't have one, you should. You fill the bottom with water, you put the little basket on the top, put your vegetables in it, and throw it in the microwave for like 5 minutes, and it steams your vegetables. It's great. And then I have this little Napkoware green bud vase that I'm going to be taking in. I also have, I love Tupperware, right? I have a whole Tupperware section, and I bring Tupperware almost every single time. So we have these Periwinkle Tupperware cereal bowls. I don't have the lids, but they still sell well without the lids. So I have 9, and I'm doing 1 pack of 4 and 1 pack of 5. So they'll be $4 each. So 1 pack will be 16 and the other one will be 20. So we're going to take those. And then I have 2 of these little petite pans with the plastic lids. These I sell for $11 anytime I find them. This is not vintage, but it kind of looks modern, so I decided to bring this little cat in that I found. So we're gonna sell that one. I think I put it for 14. It's not a little cat. And then I have 2 of the vintage food choppers, a yellow one and a turquoise kind of colored one. This one is Gemco, so this one I put for 14. The other one is a no-name brand, so I think I have 10 on that one. And I have one of these little saucepans with my favorite Corningware print. This is the wildflower print. It's my absolute favorite. It's so cute. And then I also have 2 Shadow Iris Corningware dishes, one with a lid and one without. This is the Shadow Iris print. So the ones with the lid I sell for a little bit more. So that one is, I think I put 20 because it has the lid. The other one's a little bit bigger. It does not have a lid, so that one is going to be, I think, 16. And then these I usually sell for around 10 to 12, depending on the pattern, because some patterns are a little bit harder to find. And I also have a set of 6 of these Dorothy Thorpe glasses. So I put it for 20, I think 27 for the set of 6 because one of them is quite damaged. Some of the gold or the silver around the top is chipped. I also have this Hall teapot with a metal koozie thing to help keep it warm. The koozie part is not in great shape, so I did not list it for very much. I think it's, I think I put like 15 or something. They do sell for about 30 if they're in good shape. Mine does have a design on the metal part where the ones that I saw online do not. And then there's also an enamelware baking pan down at the bottom, but it's buried underneath all this other stuff, so I'm not going to dig that out. So my plan today, so while my daughter was sick and I was at home with her, I was brainstorming some things that I could do with my booth. So I have 2 plans. Today I'm not putting lights in my booth because I'm going to rearrange my setup before I do that. So I brought my measuring tape so that I can measure out the different like wall areas in my booth and kind of figure out how I want to rearrange the fixtures. The long wooden one that's towards the front, I think I'm going to push that towards the back and kind of open up the front a little bit. And so when you walk by, you're not just looking at this big wood thing. It's going to be a little bit more open. And I might get rid of a few of the bookcases or kind of, I don't know, turn them a different way so they're kind of like back to back and you're looking, I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to measure stuff out while I'm here. So I've been collecting some things that I want to put together on the smaller wooden thing as like a feature. We're coming up on spring, Easter. So I'm going to do that one with all of my bunnies. I love bunnies, so I collect a lot of bunnies. Every time I find a bunny, I buy it. So, because if they don't sell, I'll keep it because I love bunnies. So I'm going to do the spring one, and I've been finding a lot of things with strawberries, vintage strawberry items. So I'm going to do like strawberries with the bunnies and like spring kind of. Yes. And then on one of the black bookcases, I'm going to start a little metaphysical section. So I did ask the booth, the owner, if one of the booths surrounding mine opens up, that I would like to take it so that I can expand, or maybe across from me. But I do want it to be kind of close to my own so that I'm not like, you know, all over the place trying to, I don't have a lot of time every time I come here. So we're going to do that. And so before I started selling and getting into the vintage stuff as much as I have, I used to sell on Etsy, and I was kind of doing like sewing. So I made a lot of clothes, a lot of reconstructed clothes. So that would be taking like these men's t-shirts and turning them into dresses, skirts, and things like that. And then I also did make like my own kind of things too. So I had a clothing shop, and then I also had a vegan bath and body shop. So I used to make soap and shampoo, conditioner, lotions, and things like that. Feels like a lifetime ago that I used to do that, but I think I'm going to open a section in here because the owner has the metaphysical crystal rock mineral thing in the back. We are allowed to sell that natural life stuff. So I think I'm going to start making some, I've already bought all the stuff, so I am going to start making some like crystal infused candles. So candles with crystals and herbs. I'm also going to make loose leaf incense. So those you burn on like a charcoal disc in a fire safe dish with some sand in the bottom. You put a charcoal disc and then you burn like loose leaf herbs on it. And then, so candles I've already made before, like I know how to make candles, and the loose incense. And then, okay, so I have stickers in my booth. So I don't know if you've seen, some of the other maybe vendors in the malls, sell stickers. So I am one of the ones that sells stickers, but I'm very picky about what stickers I put in. I don't just buy random stickers and throw them in there. My stickers match what I sell. So even though my stickers are not technically vintage because they are new, my stickers are vintage looking, right? So I have vintage movie stickers because we are vintage and collectibles mall. So mine are vintage movies, vintage music, vintage toys. For Valentine's Day, they looked like vintage Valentine's Day card pictures. And then for like this metaphysical part that I'm going to be doing, I have zodiac, crystals, constellations, potion bottles, things like that. So that's going to be for that. And then for Easter, I also have some Easter stickers that look like vintage or antique greeting card bunnies, you know. So they look retro. They're not retro or vintage, but they look like it. So they're reproduction. I'm also going to start making holiday cards. So I do have a Cricut, and I'm going to start making vintage cards and include, you know, those stickers kind of in the card. But they're going to be retro inspired. So they're not going to be vintage, but they're going to be retro inspired. I think I'm going to do like Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter. So coming up on the holidays, I'll start doing some of the inspired cards. I may also do some of the metaphysical, like witchy kind of ones during holiday time as well. Like Halloween would probably be a good one for that. And Valentine's Day, you know, thinking. So now today I need to figure out how I'm going to set my booth. Next week I'm taking a vacation from work, so that's when I'm actually going to be doing it. So I'm going to map it out, I'm going to measure it out and see how I want to set it up, and then where the metaphysical part is going to be. Yeah. So I have all my herbs at home. I have all my wax. I have all my little components that I need to make everything. I'm just waiting on one more thing to arrive so that I can do that. I even bought some little baskets and shelf risers and picture frames so that I can put instructions for everything. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited. So also today, to help clear out some of this stuff that's been sitting in here pretty much since I started, I'm going to take their little stamps that they have and clearance out some of my stuff and hopefully move some of it before I come back next week to reset, and maybe it'll help clear it out. I don't know, maybe I'll do a sale in my booth. No, I don't want to do a sale because I don't want to sell the stuff I just brought in for. Yeah, I'm gonna clearance it out. So I have a bunch of pictures hanging on the back of that one fixture that's now going to be up against the wall, I think. So that one I'm going to start clearancing out those pictures in hopes of getting rid of them, because I'm not going to have somewhere to hang them once I push that to the back. I gotta think about this. It's a lot of work, you know, especially when you have a bunch of fixtures you don't really like. My big wooden ones I like, and my 3 cabinets I like. It's those bookshelves. It's those bookshelves. I mean, I'm fine with just throwing them in the trash if I need to, but I don't know how easy those would be to take apart to like actually take home, because they're like screwed together. I don't know. Don't be desperate when buying your fixtures. Like really think about it, because you're stuck with these things now. Especially if you're like me and you have a small car and you can't just load it up and, you know, move it all over the place. So yeah, so I did print some extra tickets today for some of the stickers and stuff I have at home, so I can start doing that. But I'm gonna bring all of that in together. I'm not gonna like slowly start putting it in, because I want it to be like a nice setup from the beginning. And I need to push it more towards the front so people like also see that. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So I will bring you along with me to show you how the clearancing system works here, and incorporate this new stuff into the booth. And maybe I'll show you the metaphysical shop. Did I show you that last time? Yes, I did. I did show you. What did I need to show you? I don't know. We'll just walk around and see what's new. I might buy that Lion King thing today. I think I might buy it from her today. Oh, and that statue. Yeah. If that statue's still here, I think we're gonna buy it, because I think that'll look really nice with all of my crystals. Yes. Okay. All right, let's go in there and see what's happening in the booth today. It's probably a mess. I'll show you what it looks like when I first go in. Oh, okay. So I had a interesting time at my booth today. There was okay, so today I'm wearing a Dare shirt, right? And I have a lot of Dare shirts because it's nostalgic for me, and I like the program, right? So a guy approached me in my booth. So in my booth, I have like one kind of opening, and he came into my booth and he was asking me if I worked there, and I said, well, kind of, you know, like this is my area, like this is my stuff, but I don't work for the mall, but maybe I can help you with something. And he said, is your shirt a is it a joke? And I said, what do you mean, is it a joke? And he said, like, is it code for something? Like, you really go out and do that and you're just... And I was like, what? Like, no. No, thank you. And then he kept asking me, like, do you want to go outside and smoke with me? I'm like, what? Absolutely not. Like, I'm here, like, maybe some people wear this as a joke. I'm not wearing it as a joke. Like, if that's what you want to do, go do it. But I don't do it. It was just really awkward. And then he just kept standing in the opening of my booth and he would not move. And I just grabbed my purse and like pushed past him and went up to the front to let him know that this guy was just being like kind of aggressive with me and just like awkward. It was really awkward. It was starting to freak me out a little bit. I was having a panic attack, you know, because he wouldn't stop and he would not leave. I was not talking anymore, looking down, putting stickers on my things, and he just kept going and going and going. And he just wouldn't go. So I went up to the front to let them know that this guy was just being, you know, weird. And he left, but the mall, like, they printed his picture and they're going to trespass him now. So if he comes back in, they're going to ask him to leave or call the police or whatever. So that's why I love this mall so much. Like, they're so on top of everything. Like by the time I walked out, they had his picture posted on the back wall. That they had taken a picture from the camera and posted it on the back wall and was like, this person is not allowed in here. There's the picture, you know, we're here to protect you. And I was like, oh my God, I love you guys so much. Thank you. You know, like if he would have just asked me that and then walked away, it would have been fine, you know, but because he just kept standing there blocking me from leaving my booth and going and going and going and going, like asking me my name, when am I going on break, where do you live, like it was just too much. I couldn't deal with it. So I'm glad that they did that. But anyway, because of that, it kind of threw me off in my brain, and I just made a little video real quick, right? Like this little video was just right before he walked up, and showing you what it looks like. So all throughout the booth you'll see, or all throughout the mall, you'll see these little papers all over in people's booths, and these are what we use to let people know that there's things on clearance. And we use these stamps and stamp our tickets, and that's how they know what's on sale. And they have this posted like all throughout the store. There's a sign outside to look for these stamps and how much each one of these stamps is off. So when they get to the register with an item with the stamp on it, then they will scan it, the barcode, and then they manually put in the discount. I used to buy stuff from there. Well, I still buy stuff from there. But before, when I had bought stuff from there as a picker, I did buy some of the stuff where they forgot to give me the discount. And when I go back, they just, you know, and I give them my receipt and show them like what I paid. They were happy to, you know, deduct the discount or whatever. So that is that. And then I also stopped at the crystal store, or the metaphysical part of the back end of the mall, and picked up some crystals that I'm going to be using in my candles that I'm going to be making. So I found, where is it? This one. These are some really pretty crystal cola. It never focuses correctly. But those are really pretty. And these are Petersite stones. So I just grabbed ones that had like multiple ones in it, mostly so that I could make get more bang out of the buck, you know. And I'm missing one. Oh, there it is. And then I found these that I've never seen before, and they are Astrolite. They're really cool looking, if they'll focus, but they're like green with like these spots on it, lines, veins. Yeah, it's probably kind of hard to see with how bright the sun is today. This is one of my favorite crystals. This is an inclusion quartz, or they call it garden quartz, or there's another word that starts with the L. Can't remember. But it has this, like, it almost looks like if you were to make resin and then put like stuff inside. But it's kind of like, you know, like when you buy the soap with like herbs mixed in, that's what it looks like, but it's a naturally occurring crystal. And then these are Botswana Aragonite. They're really pretty looking. So this one has some like spots on the front and then the waves on the back. I know you probably can't see it at all. And this one is the coolest one. It looks like it has an eye. So I'm going to be using these two for my candles. And then I stopped at Joann's. I hate Joann's. It's the most expensive craft store ever. Michael's is so much better if it's like not fabric related. But I got some wicks for my candles, and I also got these little quartz points that I'm going to be putting in the candles as well. And then for any leftover wax that I have when I'm making them, I bought these little molds to make wax melts. So no wax goes wasted. I have a bunch of these little molds in my garage somewhere, but I don't feel like digging them out, so I just bought a new one. So anyway, I'm going to show you a few of the things that I took a video of that I did stamp. Everything that I stamp at 50% off, because I just really want it to move. I did come up with a pretty good plan for the arrangement. I think I have it kind of figured out. So hopefully next week we'll be doing that, and I'll be putting the lights in, and I'll be rearranging and resetting and hopefully have all of my metaphysical stuff ready. I printed all of the tickets for my stickers, which was like 300. So I have all of those printed, and then yeah, that's where we're at. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.